let's pop this article up here now. Feel free to read through the details on this. I'm going to pull out the key details within the article here so you can see exactly what this is all about. It all comes down to the Social Security 2100. Do you remember this? Okay, this is a piece of legislation introduced by Representative John Larson. It's been around many, many, many years. In fact, we've been talking about this on and off for years. In fact, I want to be fair. I probably haven't talked about this in at least a year. Probably a year ago was the last time I made a video about this. But it was just reintroduced again. Now, there's many aspects within this, but we're not going to talk about all of them, but rather we're going to talk about the big one that is out there in the headlines, this special minimum benefit. This is very important. There's a lot of moving parts around this. Now, we need to set the foundation and set the stage on this first because there's so much around this, it can be very, very confusing. First off, it comes down to eligibility for Social Security and the special minimum benefit. Now, first off, we need to understand this. You need to have at least a minimum of 40 credits in order to be eligible for Social Security in the first place. Okay, you need to have those 40 credits. Now, how do you get 40 credits? You can get up to 4 credits per year, no more. You can get between 0 and 4 credits per year. It's based on your income, and you need to have a quarter of coverage. In other words, you need to have the income threshold that they set. You need to earn that amount of money as in earned income throughout the quarter to get 1 credit for the quarter. 4 quarters of credit would be 4 credits for that given year, up to 4 credits a year. That means a minimum of 10 years of working and earning up to the maximum threshold, or at least I should say the minimum threshold, to get that 1 credit to accumulate 4 credits for the year, and that would take a minimum of 10 years to get the 4 credits, okay? That's what unlocks the ability to claim Social Security at some point in the future. Okay, that's step 1 that we need to understand here. Now, there's also people that may have, say, 10 years and, 10 years of 4 credits each, so 40 credits, and they just unlocks that opportunity to claim Social Security. Okay, but guess what? They're also going to be subject to a very, very, very small benefit. Reason for that is, remember, Social Security takes the 35 highest years of income, and they add it all up, they average it out, and they use a formula, AIME, average indexed monthly earnings is the formula that they use. And then basically they come out with your monthly benefit. Okay, there's a formula around that. Again, I have videos here on the channel talk about that formula. But my point being is that, okay, if somebody has, say, 10 years and they use 35 years, that's 25 years of zeros filling in all the blanks. They're going to have a very, very, very small benefit as a result. Okay, here's where the special minimum benefit comes in. As of right now, as I film this video in 2026, okay, 2026, the minimum benefit right now, get this, is about $52 a month. $52 a month. What are you going to do with that, right? I'm not laughing at the $52. I'm just more like, that's a joke. It's a freaking joke is what it is. But anyway, that's the minimum benefit. It's about $52 right now. It goes up a teeny tiny bit each year. Okay, but what they would want to do is basically isolate the individuals that had a lower income and maybe don't have all of the credits that they need. And again, as in they have a number of credits, and therefore they're getting a teeny tiny benefit. Okay, so here's where the special minimum benefit comes in and where this is outlined within the Social Security 2100, okay? All right, this is confusing. I'm going to be fair with you, which is why I have that article on the screen for you so you could see the numbers, which, by the way, the article is linked in the description. If you want to read it for yourself, check out the link in the description. The article is there. You can read it for yourself. Hopefully this will explain it. Okay, this is confusing, but here's what it is. Anybody that has basically between, or I should say 11 years of service, in other words, 11 years worth of credits, or basically contribution into Social Security, would basically get a minimum benefit. It starts at 6.25% of the federal poverty line, okay? So the federal poverty line right now in 2026 for an individual is $15,960 of income, gross earned income, is the federal poverty line for an individual, okay? So 11 years of Social Security contributions would get somebody's benefit at 6.25% of the federal poverty line. Very small, okay? Just let me tell you that much. It's a very small number, okay? Next, somebody that goes up to 20 years of contributions into Social Security would then have their benefit increased, again, up to 62.5% of the federal poverty line. Okay, so it's got a pretty big jump from 11 years up to 20 years. They would see, again, a benefit equal to 62.5% of the federal poverty line. Okay, that's that. Now, at 26 years, it would actually reach 100% of the federal poverty line. 100% of the federal poverty line, by the way, averages out to $1,330 a month right now in 2026. Now, again, if you've been watching the videos on the channel for at least the last few years, what is one number that changes every single year? The federal poverty line. It usually increases between about 3 and 6% per year. It goes up. And this would also keep parity with that. So it'd be going up again in this case, okay? So 100% of the federal poverty line would be achieved after 26 years of essentially working and contributing into Social Security payroll taxes. That's at 26 years. Now at 30 years, it would max out at 125% of the federal poverty line, which I'm going to be 100% fair with you. I did not run the math on it. I wish I would have before I started filming this video, but I didn't. So whatever 1,330 multiplied by 1.25 is, whatever that number is, I could probably tell you if I can just take a second to do some quick math here. 650, 660, hang on, I'm trying to calculate super fast. 325, it'd be about 1675. I'm rounding. I'm just really fast doing some mental math, okay? 125% of the federal poverty line, again, sorry, that was probably super awkward trying to watch me do that, okay? Just adding super fast as I can in my head. 125% of the federal poverty line right now in 2026 is about $1,675, roughly, okay? My math is not perfect. I just literally calculated on the fly there. But it's about $1,675 a month would be 125% of the federal poverty line. That's what this would be all about. Now, would this be for everybody? No, it's just for those lower income earners. And again, limited contributions into Social Security payroll taxes, again, by earned income. And, they'd have those limitations there, okay? Now, let me throw this out there as well, because this is the curveball that a lot of people are really going to be wondering. Okay, I'm getting Social Security retirement benefit. My benefit is super low. Can this automatically be applied to my monthly benefit? Here's the super annoying part about this. The answer to that is no. Okay? Anybody that is currently receiving benefits would not be eligible to get this, which is super freaking messed up in my opinion. That's super weird, right? So we're going to alienate the individuals that have been already getting their benefit and say, sorry, you don't apply. You can't be eligible for this. But rather, it would be just those individuals that would be eligible for their monthly benefits starting in 2027. They'd be eligible for this. Interesting how that works.